Kia ora koutou e homa. Welcome to Canterbury Live. It is the 23rd of July. How's your day been? Not too cold out there today, is it? And what is cold? Remember, Monday? Makariri. That's right. Well, our word of the day is karakia, and you may hear that from time to time. It is Māori for prayer. So maybe try and use that next time. And of course, we've had a little bit of Billy T. Isn't he great? And today is no exception.
Kia ora, tēnā koutou. On their recent successful trip to England, Talvenis and the Pātea Māori Club were asked to leave Madame Tussauds Wax Museum after they tried to rub noses with Dame Kiri Te Kanoa. A carload of Elvis Presley fans on their way home from an Elvis Remembrance weekend went over a cliff today. Nobody was hurt, but the cops said they were all shook up. Anyway, the humour of the locals up in Mangonui must be affecting their latest resident, Ray Wolf, because when he was asked about the size of his new farm, Ray said, "Oh, it's not very big." Stinking. And Wellington actor Lani Tupu is wrapped over a new movie offer. It's a remake of Lassie. Police dog Luke is Lassie, and Lani is playing the lead.
Oh my goodness, he's such a talent. Anyway, coming up on today's show, we head out on location to Rangiora Vet and we're meeting Angus the dog, and we meet Nikki Inwood, and she is one of New Zealand's top women rugby referees, and she's heading away to the World Cup for women, so look forward to hearing about how her training's going. But first up, we have the manager for the Māori Centre at CPIT. Check out exactly what they've been up to of late.
Kia ora whānau, Wiki o Te Reo at Te Pono Wānaka.
The theme of Māori Language Week, Cherish Your Language, was celebrated at CPIT through performances, a visual art exhibition, traditional sport and food. Here Raymond Barrow talks about making puti puti.
Our tūpuna in the old days, our kaumātuas and that used to use a lot of harakeke for many variety of things. Kura-wise, jackets, flowers, backpacks and everything, and it's a very beautiful resource. The whakaaro of Māoridom is you put your love into what you give to someone. It's a tonga, something special. So harakeke is from our ground, and that's all the love that we need.
And that was another one of our words, wasn't it? Aroha. There's a bit of aroha there. Now, kia ora Tahimi Hoskins, welcome to Canterbury Live.
Kia ora, tēnā koe. Whanaunga no te tai toki rau. Kia ora.
Very good, very good. We're actually talking, because of course you are the manager down here for Canterbury, but your iwi is actually up north.
Bit of an imposter, bit of an import.
Don't worry, we both are. We both are. We're talking about Northland. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're a bit paler down here, though. How does Māori Language Week for CPIT? It must be huge.
Yeah, it is a big time for us. I mean, within my department, we're very much very strong in our promotion of Māori language throughout the whole year, but the week does give us that excuse to push it that bit harder and get out into the community a bit further. So this year we've actually tried to get on the social media buzz, and we've adopted a hashtag of hashtag Te Reo Lives Here, and we've put a competition out for everybody to take. Everyone likes taking selfies at the moment, it seems. So not me. No?
No,
I'm
really?
not a selfie fiend.
That's what I heard, but
yeah. So we get people to take a selfie of where they've used Māori language, and then they put up that selfie with the hashtag Te Reo Lives Here, and then we give away prizes just to celebrate what they're up to. Just trying to normalise it and see the language used in non-traditional settings.
Bring a bit of cool into it.
Yeah, and people always sort of think of Māori language and they see it on the marae or sometimes, in a protest or something like that. But we like to see it out and about, being used anywhere and everywhere, and so that's what we're trying to achieve with that one.
How are you finding now with Māori language? Are people wanting to get on and actually learn the language?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot in the media. There's been a big shift. I mean, this year in particular, on the news programs such as this one as well, we're seeing a lot more use of it, and the standard has improved as well. So in terms of pronunciation, all of those things, it really is on the up. And I think that positive promotion too is starting to take effect. People are starting to learn. It is actually quite a romantic language at times as well. I've had people surprised and they're thinking, I thought French was the romantic language, you know, when they hear some of our older waiata translated or some of the phrases that we can use and that sort of thing.
And some of the proverbs are quite beautiful, aren't they, Māori proverbs? Yeah.
There's one centred around where you're from, and Kaikohe, which is all about maintaining relationships, even when there may be dispute, remembering old loyalties and all of those sorts of things.
I think we can all take that on board, can't we?
Yeah.
And all whānau, really.
Yeah.
So this week here, why is it so special to you personally?
I personally have always, I've loved te reo from the minute I was born. Some others in the family haven't, you know, they didn't maybe have the same conviction, but it was just something that I always wanted to do. People have asked me why, I've never really been able to explain it for them, but it's just, for me, it's just been something that's always been there. So opportunities like this where we do get to push it out and see more people picking it up, hearing it spoken more and more, it's just very rewarding. We had an event the other day where all of the kohanga came in, and we had an event for the young children, and seeing little wee kids trotting around all speaking Māori and laughing and joking and having a good time was quite uplifting.
Cause it's funny, Hemi, isn't it? Because, you know, the All Blacks, the haka, everyone loves the haka.
Yeah.
And for that point in time, we embrace the Māori culture.
Yeah, and I mean, internationally, people love it. Sometimes there's a bit of resistance locally, and I think that is, you know, like I say, there was that resistance period that we went through in, you know, in the 70s and that sort of thing, and it has sort of, for some people, it's left a wee bit of a hangover of a bad experience or something like that, or a misconception. And not all of that, you know, some of that was due to the way things were presented. And so not all of it was free of political agenda.
No.
And so, but now I think we're starting to get to a phase where we can move on from it. People are starting to realise, oh, this is actually something for everybody to really take a hold of. It's our, New Zealand as a whole, it's our point of difference, you know, from the rest of the world. No other country in the world speaks Māori, so it's something for all of us to be proud of.
So how can we kill those stereotypes?
Well, promote the positive and use that as a basis for re-education, I suppose. Like, I mean, a lot of people, you can talk to people down the street and say, how did Māori get here? They say they came over on 7 canoes and beat up the Moriori and sent them over to the Chathams, and that was disproven in the 70s, but we still, you know, there's still a lot of people out there believing it, and it is that thing of re-educating people. It takes a long time. Like I say, if someone's had a bad experience, it can take a lot of good ones to help them overcome it.
Yeah, and in all cultures, really.
Yeah.
What would you like to see in the future for te reo?
I'd love to see it just everywhere. I mean, we have some areas that we expect to see it, like people go for a career in te reo, they say, oh, it must mean I'm going to be a teacher or something like this, you know, but we're seeing iwi moving into settlement now, and a lot of the iwi are becoming quite big players in the economic side of things. So I think we're going to see a big shift of jobs where te reo is an asset, and we're going to see, you know, into the areas of the boardroom, you know, selling, you know, business deals and all of that sort of thing. Te reo is going to be a real asset in all of those settings.
Exactly.
So I just want to see it up, showing in all areas of society, and, you know, moving up into the upper end.
Yeah, I think it's a great wish, and I do see it happening. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay, kia ora, Hemi, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, stay with us after the break. We meet Angus the dog.
Arts21 showcases the vast creative talent and minds that are making a name for themselves in Europe and beyond. Think outside the square with Arts21.
Yuck, look at all this moss and lichen. I'm not getting up there, not in these heels. Time to call Mossbuster.
Mossbuster is a no-bleach, non-abrasive, biodegradable solution that has over 35 years of proven results. You can buy Mossbuster online for less than half the cost of other well-known products, and can be yours for less than $1 a litre. You just spray it on and let Mother Nature do the rest, or Mossbuster can do it for you. Check out our website or call the Mossbuster crew for a free quote. Mossbuster, 0800 88 1000.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
Welcome to Caltex Redwood. We're a family-owned business proudly supporting our local community. We're open 24/7 for fuel and shop goods, and we have an amazing team of people ready to help you. Save at least 6 cents per litre using AA Smart Fuel cards. We also offer great value on our LPG bottle fills. We have a full workshop and Bridgestone Tyre Centre. Our mechanics and tyre technicians will get your car sorted. Caltex Redwood. We're just down from St Bede's on Main North Road. Caltex Redwood. What drives you?
Come on down to Ferrymead Golf. Care for a game of paintball? How about some swings on the old driving range? Or on our par 3 9-hole golf course? Test your skills on the mini golf course or have a go at the airgun shooting range. Then relax at the Wow Cafe with one of our super succulent Wow Burgers. Whether you want to perfect your swing or are looking for a fun family day out, come down to Ferrymead Golf, 50 Ferrymead Park Drive, right next to the Ferrymead Heritage Park.
The world has a great deal to tell. Journalists from across the world report on their home nations and the experiences of the people who live there. World Stories.
Welcome back to Canterbury Live. Well, if you're looking for a new vet, then we definitely have the option for you. We're heading out to Rangiora Vet. We're meeting Angus the dog, and we're talking about his pain management.
Today at the Rangiora Vet Centre, vet surgeon Rebecca talks about pain relief before, during and post-surgery.
Okay, so this is Angus. He's here to be neutered today, and today we're going to talk about what we do to keep him as comfortable as we can around the time of his operation, mainly about pain management and making sure he has an easy time of it. Angus has already had his pre-med, so he's feeling a little bit snoozy, and his pre-med has some morphine and a gentle sedative in it, and he's also had an anti-inflammatory painkiller, and all of these things are given before the operation so that his body doesn't start to sense possible pain around the time of surgery, and that he has a nicer, more comfortable recovery. And the first thing we're going to do is put a little catheter into his arm, into the vein in his arm. So we clip the fur away. Good boy. You're not the bravest soldier in the world, are you? You're the brave boy. Good boy.
It's okay, darling. It's okay.
Good lad.
Very brave.
Good boy. There we are. I'm going to tape that in. And the sedative and pain relief that Angus has already had is helping him tolerate this a little bit more. If he hadn't have had that, he probably would have felt a little bit more uncomfortable having that catheter put in, but because he's already had his pre-med, he's not finding that too difficult. And now we're going to send him off to sleep. So the next thing we're going to do for Angus to try to keep him as comfortable as we can, might make boys a little bit squeamish, we're going to use some local anaesthetic as an intratesticular block. So that's going to numb the area of his operation so that we don't need to give him as much anaesthetic gas and he doesn't feel what we're doing. So that's all calculated out on his body weight, and we literally inject half of each of the dose into each side, and that's going to make that area really, really nice and numb. So even though he's asleep from our anaesthesia, we still get a lot of benefit from using local anaesthetic that blocks pain sensation completely to that area. So it enables us to be able to give him less anaesthetic gases and keep him nice and safe as well as comfortable. So we're about to take Angus through to theatre for his operation. We'll be watching him really closely when he's in there to see whether he's showing us any signs of feeling any discomfort from what we're doing. And one of the things that his IV line here is really useful for is that we can use it during surgery to give him extra pain medicine if he needs it. And we'll see you again when he's recovering. Right. Okay, so Angus has had his surgery now. And he's just starting to wake up already for us, and we're going to be watching him really closely to make sure he's comfortable. So Emily, who's his nurse, is going to be the one that's watching him closely in recovery, making sure he's safe and making sure he's comfortable. We listen to whether they're vocalising or not, and also just gently touch around their surgery site, make sure they're not flinching or showing any signs of discomfort. Angus is going to stay here with us in our recovery cages, which is in our main work area, so we can keep a close watch on his recovery and make sure he's comfortable until he's up and standing and able to walk back to his kennel. His mum and dad will pick him up tonight, and he will go home on some more pain medicine to take at home. Up until then, if we feel he needs anything extra, we can give him extra medications by his catheter or under the skin, and we'll keep a close eye on him. He's just been out for his walk. It's about an hour after surgery, and Angus has had his lunch and he's been for a stroll in the sunshine. He's a little bit groggy, but he's showing no signs of being uncomfortable at all, so we're really happy with him.
Be watching next week when Rebecca talks about the use of anaesthetic during surgery.
And you just saw all that TLC that Rangiora Vet offer to their special customers, their clients. Well, stay with us after the break. We're talking rugby, but not just rugby, women's rugby.
Meet the latest arrivals at Berlin's 2 animal parks and find out what it takes to be a zoo baby in a modern zoo. Zoo Juniors. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. right here on CTV.
Have you seen something you like? You can purchase a copy of CTV's own shows so you can watch them again and again. So give us a call on 3777 033 and order a copy today.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Staywell Pharmacy. Whatever the season, Staywell Pharmacy has you covered. As an integrated pharmacy, we stock all the well-known pharmacy medicines, as well as quality nutritional and herbal treatments. Our team of pharmacists and full-time naturopath are here to help you find the products and advice to suit the needs of you and your family. So come in and see us at Staywell Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road in Hornby. Staywell Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Pestral has the latest technology that repels rats and mice and even helps control cockroaches. Covers walls, ceilings and open spaces. Combines electromagnetic, ultrasonic and ionic technologies. Harmless to pets and people, just plug it in. Order your Pestral rodent-free today. Now $149.90 plus courier. Order within 20 minutes and get it courier free. Call 0800 88 88 44 or go to pestral.co.nz.
Meet the latest arrivals at Berlin's 2 animal parks and find out what it takes to be a zoo baby in a modern zoo. Zoo Juniors. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. right here on CTV.
Well, rugby is the sport that our nation just loves, and the women are very much a part of it. And I'm joined by one of New Zealand's top women referees, Nikki. How are you, Nikki?
Good, thank you.
Bit nervous? Couple of days out, you're about to fly away?
Haven't even packed yet, so yes, I still have to do that, but very much looking forward to the Cup.
Crikey. So how many internationals have you reffed?
I've reffed 30 internationals and I've reffed around 75 first class games, so that includes all the women's NPC games as well. Quite a few.
And you still get that buzz every time you go out?
Yes, I do. I still get a wee bit nervous, especially if it's a team that I haven't refereed before, or likes of the World Cup or Six Nations, a big occasion. The butterflies are still there before the kick-off.
And the Rugby World Cup is being held in?
Paris.
How awful for you?
Oh, tragic.
Jeepers creepers, really. Paris of all places. Is it your first time?
No, I've actually been to Paris before, so I've had a little bit of a look around, which will be fabulous. But we're staying 40 minutes south of Paris, so not quite right in the centre, but we will get some opportunity to spend the odd day off to have some sightseeing and some time to ourselves. Otherwise, it's all based at the Rugby Federation, so the capital of rugby.
It's a big tournament for the girls.
Yes.
For all the teams, but they can take a little bit of a breather in between, tackles and that, but the ref doesn't.
Not really. It's a very full-on time before and after for us. There's a lot of reviewing and previewing of games, teams, your performance always critiqued, and obviously our fitness. So we have to train pretty much every single day, and obviously that tapers off if you're doing a game, but then there's recovery afterwards as well, and they're quite short turnarounds, 4 to 5 days, and we just need to be on top of things, both mentally and physically, to be at our best.
Mentally is a big thing too, because you just touched on it a little bit before, but you are open to ridicule, aren't you?
Yes, you are. And obviously the higher you get, the greater the stakes, sometimes the greater the criticism. So it's all about being professional, being able to sift through what you can take on board that works well with you and maybe what doesn't. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of a thick skin, but you're at this level, so there is a little bit of, yes, I'm here, so I do know what's expected of me. And the person that puts the greatest pressure on you is actually yourself, and there are ways to deal with that. This is a fabulous opportunity for us to be a part of, and it's about giving your best, representing not only your country. I'm very proud to wear the silver fern yet again, but also as a female referee in an international and world tournament.
So, of course, you're going there to ref, but you were there supporting the girls?
Absolutely, of course. I have to do it quietly and silently, and you can guarantee that quite a few of the girls, we do have little silent wages to support our own teams, and especially if the girls can make it through to the final. Whoever they may play, if there's another ref from that country, I'm sure we'll have a wee drink on that, so to speak. But yeah, well, no, we do get to support the girls while we're there, but we're just not allowed to partake in any of their games, whether it's refereeing or being on the side as an assistant referee. It has to be completely neutral.
No, which is understandable.
Yes.
So it must be a bit of a family then, the women referees together.
It is, it's lovely. The international panel has only been running since 2010, so before that it was often just 1 or 2 of us doing tournaments and games. Now we have a lovely little group, and that's bolstered by some of the sevens referees as well. And it's nice to be able to spend time with one another. You don't get that very often, and there's not too many of us around, so you are quite unique, and often you feel by yourself. So it's great to get together with other ladies and just share the same experiences that you might have in your own home countries, or any difficulties or any issues, and just bring them all together, and most of all enjoy being a bunch of girls together.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Well, do you have a young woman actually asking you about becoming a referee?
Absolutely. It's great to be a role model. We've got some younger lady referees in our Canterbury Association coming through the grades. And within New Zealand, we have fabulous pathways and opportunities to aspire to the next level up. And all you need to do is just get in touch with your local referee association, and your referee education officer can put you in the right place and help you get to where you want to go. And we're very fortunate in the fact that not everyone will aspire to be the next best international referee. If you don't have to, but there are levels where you can fit in yourself and still enjoy being a rugby referee and have a sense of giving something back to the sport and achieving at the same time.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, congratulations on
you very
again
much.
going to do another international. Enjoy Paris. We look forward to hearing about how it all goes. All the very best to you. Enjoy that wonderful weather.
Absolutely,
And
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today on Canterbury Live. We'll see you tomorrow. But now we have a little bit of history. 1984, Poyer. Enjoy your evening.
Io,